So today we have the Ruger Super Redhawk Alaskan chambered in 44 Magnum. First thing we're going to do is make sure that it's unloaded, which it is. And let's go ahead and get into this. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the features and the benefits of the Ruger Super Redhawk Alaskan chambered in 44 Magnum. I'll do a trigger pull test with my Lyman trigger pull gauge, and we'll test it out in single action and in double action. And then I'll talk about what I use it for and why I like it. And we'll get into some discussion around the ammunition selection and some discussion around a hand load that I developed for this handgun. And then I'll roll in some range footage where I'm shooting that hand load that I developed over the chronograph to get the velocity. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start off with the fixed blade front sight. Now this features a fully adjustable rear sight for windage and elevation. It has a Hogue grip and a 2.5-inch barrel. Very, very comfortable grip on this. Makes it very, very comfortable to shoot. And it just makes it really fun to shoot, actually. Some of the benefits of this: it's compact, it's easy to carry, and it's a Super Redhawk, so it will stand up to the absolute most stout 44 Magnum cartridges. It will handle, anything that you can buy and put into this. It's going to handle it. Very, very stout handgun. So let's go ahead and test out the trigger pull. Like I said, we'll start off with single action. Go ahead and get the trigger gauge ready here. Okay. So we've got 1 pound, 5.1 ounces. 1 pound, 6.8 ounces. And 2 pounds, 1.4 ounces, for an average of 1 pound, 9.7 ounces. So now I'll go ahead and clear that out, and we will test out the double action trigger pull. 5 pounds, 10.7 ounces. 4 pounds, 9.1 ounces. 5 pounds, 10.9 ounces. We'll go ahead and do one more. 4 pounds, 9.9 ounces, for an average of 5 pounds, 2.2 ounces. What I would say is, this Super Redhawk, and I've had a couple of them. I've had a Smith & Wesson 686 as well, and a Ruger Blackhawk. The trigger on this is great. I don't know, I bought this used. Don't know if it had a trigger job done to it or what, but it is very, very smooth and very light in single action, very crisp, breaks really well. And for anybody who's ever owned a Ruger Super Redhawk, they are not known for a light trigger pull. They're actually known for having a very heavy trigger out of the factory. So really love this one. Again, really fun to shoot, very, very accurate. So what do I use it for, and why do I like it? So I live in Montana. We do have a grizzly bear population, and I love to hunt, and I love to fish, and I love to hike. And when I'm out hunting, I carry this in a Kenai chest rig holster, and it is my backup gun. It's my last line of defense in a self-defense situation. So that is why I purchased this, and that is what I carry this handgun for. And so, I really like it because it's compact, it's easy to carry, it's fun to shoot. This grip, for such a small, compact handgun, this grip really helps tame recoil. You can get a good purchase on it. It is just very, very easy to shoot, even very stout loads. And you'll see as I roll in the footage for the hand load that I developed, it's a very, very stout load, but it's not too much to handle for sure. So really, really like the grip on that. So as we get into discussion about ammo selection, you go into your sporting goods store, you look for 44 Magnum ammunition on the shelf. What are you going to see? you're usually going to see something 240 grains, maybe a jacketed hollow point or a jacketed soft point on the shelf. You can find 300 grain rounds as well, and even some bare defense loads in 340 grain, but those can be a little bit hard to find and they're very, very expensive. So, excuse me, that leads me to the hand load that I developed. What I wanted was a 300 grain hard cast bullet, which I have right here if my camera will focus. I wanted a 300 grain hard cast bullet, 300 or above. And I wanted to get that bullet at least 1,200 feet per second. And so the reason that I wanted to do that is because I wanted that bullet to have somewhere around 1,000 foot-pounds of energy. And so as I looked through a lot of load data, it was very, very difficult to find something that would get me the velocity that I needed, because I have a 2.5-inch barrel. You know, most of the Super Redhawks, I believe, are going to be a 7.5-inch barrel. So this is a 2.5-inch barrel. So you're talking a 5-inch barrel length difference. That's really, really going to affect velocity. And so as I did my research, one of the things that really helped me to develop my load that for this handgun is this edition right here of Handloader magazine. It is the April 2010 edition, and it features an article that's titled Loads for the Plus P44 Magnum. And so I won't go too much into that. I recommend you get this, but what I'm getting at is this Handloader magazine helped me kind of get to a starting point and developing a load for my Alaskan here. And it's something that as you read this article, it's going to talk about the strength of the Ruger Super Redhawk design, and these Plus P loads that are developed and that are shown in here are only for Ruger Super Redhawks. And so I would not recommend them being shot in anything else but a Ruger Super Redhawk. So you can find this still through Wolf Publishing, and you can order this for yourself and do your own research and work up your own load. So I'll roll in some video footage of me shooting this. One thing that I want to say before we go forward is that this bullet right here, Montana Bullet Works, I ordered the 44 Magnum 300 grain, 4.431 diameter, and as I weighed these, and I guess I should have fired up the scale, but you'll have to take my word for it at this point, they actually weigh out to 310 grains. So you'll see in the video that I'll roll in here, I got the 310 grain bullet to velocities that are over 1,200 feet per second, giving me that right around that 1,000 foot-pounds of energy that I was looking for. I used H110 powder, Starline brass, Federal 155, Magnum large pistol primers to develop all of this. And so I hope it helps you out. I hope that you can do your research, get this edition of Handloader magazine, look at the components that are used, and track down the exact same components and use those. This was a test I did completely on my own, but again, kind of developed a little bit of a baseline off of the information that was in here. So I'll roll that footage in. You can take a look at that, but I've been really, really happy with this. If you're thinking about getting a good backpacking gun, a good sidearm for hunting, something that you can carry maybe while you're hiking or fishing, carry it all day long and be comfortable, I would really recommend this. It is just a great handgun, a lot of fun to shoot, very easy to tame recoil with the grip. I just think it's a great design and a gun that I think I'll have for a very, very long time. So appreciate. Well, I'm out at the range today, and I've got the Ruger Super Redhawk Alaskan chambered M44 Magnum. I'm going to try out some hand loads. The components that I'm using are Starline brass, H110 powder, CCI Magnum pistol primers, and a 300 grain Montana Bullet Works hard cast bullet. So we'll start off here, and I've got some rounds that increase in powder charge by 2 grains. So we'll start off with the first set here. and I've got 1,220. I've got 1,216. I've got 1,207. Well, ejection was good, primer pockets look good, and I thought I was going to have to go higher on the powder charge. The objective was to reach 1,200 feet per second, and so I'm averaging just above that. So I'm very satisfied with that so far. So I think I'll do some further testing at that powder charge and check accuracy, but that's all I've got for now. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments section if you'd like to see accuracy testing of the 300 grain hand load that I developed for my Ruger Super Redhawk Alaskan. And if you like the video, please like the video and consider subscribing. Thank you.